In the last episode, we got to speak with David William Reeve. With 20 years of experience and an eye for aesthetically pleasing photos, David is an amazing photographer. With his daytime work as a marketing guru and passion for photography, we're speaking with an expert who knows what it is all about. On to our interview with Christina Daves. In this episode, we get to talk to Christina Daves. She's a high-energy keynote speaker. She will get you PR famous when you take her 10-day challenge. And she has given many talks. I had the opportunity to listen to one of her talks on this PR extravaganza, and I was totally blown away. So here we have Christina Daves. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So tell us a little bit about yourself and, how did you get into this PR business?
That's a funny story. I invented a product, and I invented fashion accessories for medical boots. And it was this great idea, and everybody loved it, and rah, 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 this is going to be so great. So we did a business plan, and we did focus groups, and invented the product, and got the product into the U.S. and ready to sell. And what I didn't realize is that I had created a whole new space in the marketplace that nobody knew they needed to decorate medical boots. Nobody knew it was even an option.
Yeah.
So it was, well, how do you tell people? Well, we didn't have any money left. I couldn't afford advertising or PR.
Yeah.
So I basically became a do-it-yourself publicity expert and got myself, my first year in business, I was in over 50 media outlets, and that included the Steve Harvey Show and Fox. And I realized, wow, this is pretty impactful, and it really helps your business grow. So I just kept doing it and started teaching people, and the rest is history.
That is absolutely an amazing story. I mean, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, wow, I could definitely use some PR for hacks and hobbies.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though it's not my main business, but hey, who knows, right? So how would somebody getting some PR for themselves?
Yeah, so I have a formula that I figured out. It's a system that works. You need to be newsworthy, which is, and I'll give you guys some tips in a minute, like, outside of the box creative things. You need to create great hooks, which is your subject line.
Yeah.
How people, how you get the journalist to read the email. And you need to make sure you have the right journalist. You need to find, you don't want to pitch your business story to the food editor because they don't forward it for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't happen. So it's getting creative. It's thinking of outside of the box things that you can pitch the media. And the key is the value that you provide the end user. Who's the audience?
Yeah.
Do your homework. Who's reading that magazine? Who's reading that newspaper? Who's watching that television show? And if you pitch your story idea around the audience and how the value is provided to them, you'll have a much better chance of success.
Nice. It's like you got to figure out who wants your product, right? And then go to them.
Right. Well, where's your audience? Where are your customers?
Well, my customers, I don't know if I have any customers. I mean, I do have people listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
So it also says that you're a best-selling author. So what did you write?
I wrote, the book is called PR for Anyone, 100 plus affordable ways to easily create buzz for your business.
Nice.
And it is the story of what I did to get my product out there. It's a book of tips. Maybe you don't like the TV thing.
Yeah.
But you like podcasts, or maybe you want to try social media, or there's so many different options of things you can do.
Yeah. What would you like to talk about? I mean, this ocean is an oyster.
Yeah. No, it's just, people are so afraid of the media. They think, oh, it's this top secret group, an insider club, and I can't be a part of it.
It does feel like it, right?
Yeah, but it's not. You got to think of what media is today. It's 24/7, 365. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And a lot of them now have to do their own stuff. TV people have to write their own stories, edit their own stories.
Wow.
Do everything. So if you can become a valuable asset to the media, they'll keep calling you.
Interesting. No, that makes a lot of sense because I watch a lot of movies and TV shows. There was this one TV show that I can't remember, but they would keep looking and they would have these morning meetings where all the reporters come in, and the main production uh, guy, the director, would be like, okay, what stories do we have today? And then everybody would pitch their ideas, and they were like, all right, your story is good. You're going to go on the front page or
Yeah.
the main news, right? And you're saying that it is a very accessible. I mean, are these people very accessible?
They are. I mean, you have to think about social media today. We have Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say 95% of journalists are on Twitter. You can get to them
Easily. And they definitely do advertise that, or not advertise, but whenever they do have a news segment, they'll put their Twitter link right up there, like, this is my Twitter.
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
they do. And how often now when you watch your local evening news, they tell you to go look at them on Facebook Live.
they do.
We're going off the air, but now, we're going to switch over to Facebook Live. Come join us.
Oh, wow. So you could literally talk to them like human beings.
Yeah. Yes.
I guess the interesting part, or what we've been accustomed to growing up, right, is that, okay, this person's behind the TV screen and we're just the listeners. But now with social media, it's become a two-way traffic, because now you can talk with these people because they're on the same medium as we are through social media.
Right.
Wow.
You can get to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You really can. Now, would I go right away and pitch right off the bat? No, I'd build a relationship. It's like dating. Get to know them a little bit, share their work, show them, that you're worthy of a relationship.
Mm-hmm. And it's a full-time job, I'm sure.
No.
No?
No, I say 10 minutes a day.
Okay, 10 minutes a day. All right, that's doable.
That's doable.
Yeah.
Now, is it going to take a couple hours to start to
Mm-hmm.
figure out who these journalists are and, read their stuff? Sure. I mean, but with anything that's worthwhile, you've got to put a little bit of time into it.
You're right.
But once you have it up and running,
Mm-hmm.
it's 10 minutes a day.
So, how would somebody get started in this?
Well, like I said, I would go on social media. I would connect with them.
Mm-hmm.
I would share their work with my tribe, with my audience.
To start
I would comment.
retweeting.
Yeah. And then, follow what they're doing. And if you see you have a good fit for a story, pitch them.
Well, that's really amazing. I like that. I don't know if I have the time, but I will definitely see who I would be able to reach out to.
So people say that all the time.
Yeah.
I don't have the time. But if you got in a media outlet that had 7 million people, wasn't it worth your time?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sick of, I don't have time. So you're on your hamster wheel, but
yeah.
Albert Einstein says insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. We'll do something that will get you different results.
That's so true. All right. So what can somebody do? I know you keep telling me, you keep telling us, the audience here is, just get on Twitter, start talking to or start connecting. But how do you find a good story, or how do you know what's a good story to pitch to a journalist or to a reporter?
Well, that's where your homework comes in. You've got to know the kinds of stories that they cover.
Mm-hmm.
So you know your industry inside and out, right? You're an expert in your industry.
Yeah.
So if you start looking at some of the articles that they're doing, you should be able to see where your expertise fits in.
That's right.
And then you should be able to pitch something that they haven't done. Hey, I've read a bunch of your articles and they're awesome. And, you talk about X and Y and Z, but have you ever thought of A, B, and C? That's what I do. And I would love to provide, here's some things we could talk about.
Nice.
Do something simple like that.
And that's really cool, because I am part of a few groups on Facebook, like the Anchor community, which is all about podcasting, the LinkedIn Mastery community, which is all entrepreneurs getting to know how to get good at LinkedIn. There's a television community where all the television producers and videographers in DC, Maryland, Virginia come and talk, and they're talking about how there's film sessions happening. They have film festival. They just had a film festival last Friday. I get emails from people who are pitching their movie ideas and that have Kickstarter campaigns going, and they're looking for money. And like recently I got an email. They're like, we've got 11 days left and we need to raise $29,000.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know if I can help you.
Right.
But I will share wherever I can that somebody that can definitely use this information, or pitch that, hey, we're local to this community, we're local to this city, and we making a film, and we're looking to raise money, find some local people who would like to support. I think that would definitely get them some money off the bat.
Absolutely, absolutely. But they've got to come up with some, outside of the box thought. Tie it to something going on in the community, something going on in the world.
Yeah.
And and again, it's muscle memory. You've just got to start.
Yeah.
And I say, are you going to get it right out of the gate? Probably not, but a lot of people have. I mean, I have clients who literally the first time they pitched got on Dr. Oz. They got in the Washington Post.
Wow.
They got in national magazines. So it is possible. I always say, be prepared for, I mean, I've gotten a gazillion no's along the way, but been in over 1,000 media outlets. So there's a lot of no's before those yeses.
Yeah.
But if you make it part of your daily routine and part of everything you do, you will see success.
No, that is very true. Okay, so I was mentioning that they had 11 days left, and they were left to raise 29K. So today's email says they have 17 hours to go, and they have met their goal. So very happy for them.
Wow, that's great.
This is a The Color of the Sun, the first Little Prince inspired live action film set in New York City. So that will be a nice little movie to look forward to. No, I am very involved in the Kickstarter community. I've backed over 300 products and services on that community, and I'm basically out to help whoever I can help, and that's where I'm spreading myself thin by doing too many things for too many people. Maybe I watched you at the LinkedIn local last we had in Clarendon. That was awesome, mind blowing, and eye opening event.
Good. I like to hear that.
So let's get to the hobby part, right? You had mentioned that if you had the opportunity to work on a specific hobby, so tell us what that would be.
I would have gotten into photography.
Oh.
I wished I knew how to take good pictures. Yeah. I loved photography as a kid. We only had the
film cameras.
Like I remember my dad with the first Polaroid. Yeah, and then the film cameras, and yeah, if I could do it all over again, I would have definitely learned photography.
There's hope because because if you go to Flickr, if you basically look up any stats on which is the most popular camera in the world, take a wild guess.
The iPhone.
Yes, absolutely.
Is it really?
It is. iPhone is the best and most popular camera in the entire world. They have 2 billion iOS devices.
That's crazy.
In the market currently, right? And these devices are being used by every single person. Apple even put up a campaign that says shot on iPhone, and you can go to the site and see all the beautiful shots taken from an iPhone. And they're just amazing, noteworthy pictures and photographs people have taken. Apple even, invested in billboards, huge building size billboards that these photos are printed on. So just think of that, and and all it takes is just some time, composition, the golden rule, which is you have because you could also put up a grid on your phone when you're taking a photo, and you can then easily line up the horizon and the vertical lines, and there's a few things you could do to start taking great photos.
Okay.
We all have that capability. Just like I have the capability to learn to do this PR thing, you have the capability to be a better photographer.
Right.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, so I'll work on it. I'll use my muscle memory, work on that.
I'll send you some links. And you can take a look. Is there anything you would like to share with our audience?
Well, I have the PR challenge that you mentioned earlier. If you guys want to give it a try, and you kept saying, well, where do you start? Where do you start? If you join the challenge, I take you step by step through it.
Yeah.
It's a 10-day challenge. It's 10 minutes a day.
Awesome.
It's free, and people are having amazing results. So just go to yourprchallenge.com.
Fantastic. Folks, check out yourprchallenge.com. You can also find the link in the show notes. And Christina, where can people reach you?
That's the easiest way, Christina at prforanyone.com. I'm all over the place. If you look for PR for Anyone anywhere on social media, you can find me.
Perfect.
And I'd love to connect, and you can find me on LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I'm everywhere.
You're everywhere. Awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. I will make sure to follow you on all of those platforms. Hacks and Hobbies is also on all of those platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And we'll definitely get you connected with our audience. And I've signed up with a challenge, so I'm waiting to get in the group. And I really enjoyed speaking with you. This was great.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Always love to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody can reach out. Like I said, take the challenge, because it's pretty exciting, and we've seen a ton of results.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. In the next episode, we'll be talking to Katie D. from Luxembourg. She saves people from boring workshops, speeches, and presentations. She's a speaker and a public speaking coach. She helps the audience to feel how a speaker feels and keep them engaged. And she's here to teach us all. So tune in again tomorrow